Welcome back. Safe and effective cattle handling can lower the risk of injury and improve performance. That's two things that can have a major impact on your bottom line. Let's toss it over to Russell Nemitz for more on this important topic.
All right, thanks a lot, Kevin. You know, one of the cool things here at the Cattle Industry Convention's NCBA trade show is the Stockmanship and Stewardship program and the live cattle demonstration area on the trade show floor. And with us, of course, is one of this year's presenters, Ron Gill from Texas A&M University. And let's talk a little bit about what you guys were doing at the trade show this year in Nashville.
Well, we're doing several things. One, trying to talk just about the overall importance of stockmanship and its role in quality assurance, role in consumer confidence in our product, as well as in safety and working conditions at the farm and ranch level as well. But then how that also translates into a better beef product when it's all over.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great program, the Stockmanship and Stewardship program that's sponsored by the NCBA, the Beef Checkoff, Beef Quality Assurance, and of course our friends at Beringer Ingelheim. You know, for producers out there, what are some of the benefits of implementing some of these new techniques and practices?
Well, really there's nothing new in all of this. A lot of it's a lot of things that we've known for a long time. Maybe we haven't figured out how to implement them on our place yet. But what we're trying to do is basically teach the principles of good stockmanship. What people have to do then is use this demonstration area as a launching point for them to go home and try to learn how to do some things a little different and maybe improve the way they handle their cattle. Some people do a great job, some have room for improvement. We all have room for improvement if we're just honest, but just trying to incorporate some things that don't cost us any money, but then we can see an economic benefit from implementing them.
You know, you and I were talking before we actually got started with the interview that these new practices and techniques, they handle a couple different things, from not just the stock handling themselves, but we also can't forget about chute side techniques and practices.
Right. And to really implement the quality assurance things and the way we process cattle, if they won't flow through a system correctly or smoothly, we wind up putting more stress on them. And that creates an issue where they can't respond as well to the vaccines we give them. That leads to an increased chance of sickness and treatment and all the things we're trying to avoid. So it all starts with stockmanship, teaching those cattle how to respond to pressure, work through a system, and then they'll actually respond to our animal health products much better. And that preventative strategy is what we're all after anyway. And so stockmanship fits directly into a preventative herd health strategy.
You know, my next question to you is, a lot of us sometimes get set in our ways. Some people have been doing this for a lot of years. Some people are new to the beef cattle industry. Regardless, we all pick up a few bad habits along the way. In your teachings and through demonstrations like this, are cattlemen and cattlewomen receptive to maybe changing their bad habits, if you will?
Well, it all depends on the person, but I think the whole stockmanship movement, if you want to call it that, has gained quite a bit of momentum. It's a lot more in the conversation than it used to be. It's not some fringe thing that people are doing that are way out there. It's mainstream, and that's where we need to get it, to make it a center of the conversation, so anybody that may have a room for improvement can go somewhere, learn how to do things a little better, and make those fine-tune adjustments at home. And a lot of times that's all it is, just some fine-tuning and really putting a focus on trying to do things a little different, if that adds speed and money in their pocket.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I know a lot of folks are wondering, if we implement things like stockmanship and stewardship on our ranch, does it pay in the long run?
Absolutely it pays, in several different ways as well. The whole issue of injury, we underestimate the value of slowing down enough to get things done correctly. We're not talking about working cattle slow, so we're not changing the speed of processing. What we're trying to do is make it safer, make it easier to do. The other part of it, if the cattle are not stressed, they perform better. So we see an increase in conception rates, weaning weights, less sickness rate. Those are all the key performance indicators we have whether or not we make money in the cow business. So to me, it makes perfect sense to improve every little bit of stockmanship we can.
And last question before I let you go. I mean, stockmanship and stewardship is really what the consumer wants to know and wants to see from those food producers out there, including those who raise our beef.
Well, I agree that the stewardship is where they're going to see the focus. The stockmanship is how we deliver good stewardship on the livestock. And so we're good stewards of all of our resources, whether it be human capital, the animals, the natural resources we use to raise livestock. That's why it's a stockmanship and stewardship program. It's all interlinked, and we have to pay attention to all of it.
Ron, we appreciate you being with us here on Cattlemen to Cattlemen again.
I enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
All right, again, Ron Gill with Texas A&M University, one of this year's presenters here at the Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show in Nashville, Tennessee. Stay with us. We'll be back with more right after this.